Hello, good evening, and once again, a very, very warm welcome to the BK Miami meditation page. Um, we're very happy to be bringing these live sessions every evening from 6:30 to 6:50, and we hope these 20-minute sessions are bringing some fresh spiritual perspectives and a little dose of meditation. So, my name is Meeta, and today I'm going to be sharing some thoughts on looking at specialities. Um, I was thinking, honestly, with my spiritual and meditation practice, um, my understanding and my capacity to look at speciality has definitely increased. And you know how you listen to these spiritual or these meditation sessions, and we hear so many different perspectives, and how each of us applies this to our daily life. And oh, you can do this, oh, this is another way of thinking, another way of looking. And with all of this newness, sometimes you feel, what exactly should I start at? You know and I think one of the common denominations in these different spiritual perspectives is, firstly, the one which we touched last Friday, the most fundamental aspect, that we are all energies, and our default version is very loving, very peaceful. Now, and that connects actually to many spiritual aspects, but even to today's aspect of looking at specialities. My earlier understanding of speciality would be somebody who's special, has special talents or special capacity, academically or physically, or with some things like dance or singing. And some people are special, talented, and gifted. But as I understood spirituality and these different aspects, um, I could understand that speciality is not necessarily in big things. Like this Monday, there were two teachers who did a class in small is great, and that you don't have to do a very big thing or a great thing to be great. It could be a very small thing and it can still be great. So, and so that is how even speciality is. It is what I bring to a task, and fundamentally it starts with a thought. So, what is that special thought? What is that special attitude? Or what is that special quality, I'm bringing to every ordinary task that I could be doing. I don't have to be working on a assignment of going on moon, or like generally many of us are not directly working on, say medical solutions for the health challenge that's going on. But we can still bring speciality in the little things that we are doing, right? So when do you start doing these things in a special way? Firstly, I think it starts by understanding. So what is that thing that brings speciality to a task? And how does it help me? If we know something is beneficial, then we will definitely do it, right? Generally, like, so it has to appeal to us. And from that perspective, I was thinking, speciality is also what we remember. So if I'm looking for specialities, for example, can you think of a situation or a conversation or some incident which did not leave a very good feeling for you, right? Maybe, we went for dinner at their place. It was all good, but that food was not very good, or they were not in a good mood, or today you may not even remember what they had made, but all you remember is that feeling that stayed with you. And so every second we are actually feeding ourselves with whatever is going on, and it is leaving an impression in us, right? Um, so if we increase our capacity of looking at specialities, then perhaps even in an extreme situation like the current health situation, we could perhaps look for that silver lining, or we could still, yes, it was a very odd and extremely new situation. We were all home, but for each one, it could be a different thing. I ended up doing this, which was special, or I was away from all the other things, which was extremely special. So no matter what the overall equation is, I add that speciality firstly by observing it in a way, right? I think it is not very easy to all of a sudden start seeing something good where we are somehow used to an old pattern of just sometimes complaining, or just being very vocal about what is not right, what is not working. Our focus is, at least for me, my focus had been a lot outside, about others around me doing or not doing things, or situations helping me or not helping me. And with meditation, with spirituality, the focus, our tendency to stop just looking at others and, being a little more reflective for myself. What am I looking at? What am I holding in my mind? And I think somebody had given this example that if you look at something which is not very nice, and if you hold on to, if you choose to remember, if 100 things happen and 5 were not good, and I could clearly see those 5 things that were not in place, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can list them, and they are imprinted more than the other 95 things. It's like you have a clean room and you've picked up a little garbage and you've kept that memory of not so good thing. And it's actually sort of disturbing the cleanliness, So, so that is what not looking at speciality does, is you hold on to other ordinary things which are not necessarily doing any good other than occupying a clean space. And so it's a very healthy thing to do. Second aspect is, how do I look for speciality, what can be always so special? Can something be always very special, or there are special occasions when things are special? So yeah, with meditation, the definition of speciality, at least for me, has come down to simple words like, somebody's loving, it's special. Somebody's peaceful, it's special. In a situation where somebody could become unstable and that somebody still holds on to their stability, that's special. Because just because everybody's worried, I also choose to go on that side of the equation, just going with the flow. Could be a default, could be a weak tendency, but just saying no, I'm not going to worry, and I'll stay calm, is special. So increase your own speciality first by sweetly talking to yourself, and it's the easy aspect that we spoke about last Friday, is a shift in the perspective, of reminding that is my default, of being loving, of being peaceful, of being stable, So I could do that to me, bring back uh, to a specialty or a quality. How do I do it to others? Um, I would say just like when a little child is say walking, starts walking, or just takes his first step, and very likely next few steps he's down again. But what do? We are really encouraging him for that one step or the few steps he took, and it really doesn't matter that he's gone down again. It really doesn't matter, because we know that's the beginning. And holding on to that same pattern for us, that say there's some particular thing I'm working on and I did it, encourage, appreciate, very likely I go down, but I did it. That, hold on to that, come back to that, keep building on that. And similarly, when we look at others, we are like, I don't know, I feel, at least for me, my earlier thing would be just like, oh, he's never on time. Can I look at it any different way? Okay, now he's more closer to the time, Oh, of course, the facts have to be in that direction. But if somebody who's not on time, maybe that person comes and apologizes, or whatever, shares or informs you on time that he won't be on time. Find one thing which he or she is doing right, not for that person, but for you. Because what we look and what we continue to talk is what we are giving energy. And whether I'm talking about myself or that other person, I'm giving that aspect energy in my life. So if I say he's always late, I'm giving actually myself this practice of being a little critical, which is not good for me. He comes late and the consequences are there. But me holding on to that deficiency is not a healthy thing. So yes, I know he comes late. Do I need to prepare anything about it or whatever? How will I use my time? I can be aware of that fact, try to use it in any way, and not let that be the final impression about the entire episode, And okay, he came late, but he's so good at what he does. I will wait. I will do whatever in that time, and I meet and I take the benefit of whatever he has to offer or she has to offer. So this capacity to look at any situation, of course you first see what all is not at place, but turning it around, not in words, so not, you don't have to tell that person anything, but in your thoughts. That is where that is like your safe space. And what are you holding on there? If the impressions I keep in my thoughts are not so good about others, they stay with me, and they create like a not good space in me. That person will come late, he'll go, maybe he doesn't even realize that, he's cool with his life, he'll go ahead. And who is holding on to that impact? It's me. So looking at specialties gives me, empowers me to continue to feed good stuff in me. And I think that is precious. We sort of get in charge of our own thoughts, mind, and keep picking up good things, and holding it there. When I was thinking about looking at specialities, I was thinking about first, as spirituality always brings the focus on me, myself. So looking at specialities in me, in my thoughts, in my actions, see, I think a lot of growth, or there's a lot of capacity to do that, because I don't know about you, but for me, as you keep progressing, you see how you are not so nice with your own self, uh, you know, for good reasons, but spirituality gives you even more good reason to be even more better with yourself. So, yes, looking at quality specialities in me, of course, an extension to looking at specialities in other people. And the other two things I have been recently thinking about looking at speciality in this beautiful nature outside, uh, you know, and as an extension, looking at specialities in animals, I live in a beautiful place where there are these big trees, green grasses, um, the little lake, and so ducks, and there's this turtle and little fishes, squirrels going up and down the tree, and and I was thinking only with meditation and spirituality has my focus, or my appreciation for these things have increased more, because I work on myself. I like to be engaged in this healthy exchange of holding on to good attitude. And when I extend that to the nature, the breeze that is moving these big green trees, and it feels like I'm contributing, I'm adding to this beauty with my thoughts. And so looking at specialities, I think it's like wearing glasses, like when we wear sunglasses, we protect ourselves from heat, and then we look at everything with comfortable coolness. So when we go about the rest of our day, we can just pause and reflect what speciality is going on in this task. We let our inner thoughts sort of settle down. And a very gentle reminder that I am a very beautiful energy, very loving energy. Very peaceful energy. My thoughts are my creation. And based on what I heard today, I would perhaps want to choose and add more specialities in the thoughts that I create on a daily basis. For the next few seconds, I identify one specialty in myself that I'm using right now. It could be patiently sitting for this meditation. It could be lovingly listening to these thoughts. It could be having an open mind to listen to somebody's perspective. And in silence, and with a smile, I come out of this meditation and I look forward to finding more specialities in people, in conversations, in the nature, in animals, in every situation. Om Shanti. Okay. So once again, I hope there were some new aspects that you heard today. And I trust you'll go back and at least give it another thought, experiment. And I wish you all the best in developing this aspect, this capacity to look for more and more special things. And perhaps you'll realize the more you start doing that, you're adding speciality to all these things. And that is a wonder of spirituality and meditation. So thank you for joining. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. And wish you a happy long weekend. And join us again from Monday evenings for our evening sessions with other teachers from the Miami BK Meditation Center. Thank you. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.